What's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharp, and welcome to this edition of TSR Live, presented by Happy Hippo Herbals. And happy Friday, everybody. It is October 20th, 2017. The weekend is officially here. Earlier today, I did a TSR sports talk, and I debated the whole LeBron versus Michael Jordan thing. And I conceded that though Michael Jordan is the greatest player ever, LeBron is the best player. And there's always one idiot out there that wants to argue one way or the other. He couldn't say LeBron is better physically. LeBron's got better numbers. He could score 40 a game. He's bigger, faster, stronger. He takes care of himself better. LeBron is better in every statistical measure except for points per game. But this guy still wanted to say that Michael Jordan is greater and better. There's always one fucking idiot who's going to debate you until the cows come home. It's not that serious. So if he responds again, I'm just going to ban the guy because I have no interest in going back and forth on these debates, especially guys who just will not give up. Like this ain't Twitter. This ain't Facebook. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I said my piece. You said yours. That's the end of it. I'm not going to go to bed thinking about this. Anyway, tonight, like I said, the weekend is officially here. Gonna take my girl out tonight for a night on the town. Gonna have a few drinks, do a little gambling, have some fun. I don't really go to casinos too much anymore these days. I've never really been big on gambling. I mean, I lived in Vegas for almost 8 years, and while I was down there, I never really bet any more than maybe $5 on blackjack or poker. It's never really appealed to me. I mean, maybe because it was around me all the time, maybe the novelty really wasn't there. I mean, I've never really been into gambling. Maybe because it was around me all the time. Even in Reno, it's around me all the time. But I mean, listen, it's fun to do every once in a while. But I've never really been one to to hit the slots regularly. So I'm just not made that way. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to it. Anytime a man talks to a woman, or talks to women, rather, at the rate that he needs to in order to get laid on the regular, which is a lot, guys. I mean, and I personally recommend at least 10 a day. You have to approach at least 10 women a day if you want to get laid on the regular. But if you're approaching as much as you need to be, you're going to run into some pretty fucked up women out there. I think that goes without saying. If you end up hooking up with one of these chicks or spending more than just one night with her, you're going to find out eventually that she's got some pretty annoying characteristics about her. Now, listen, every girl out there has annoying characteristics. Every girl has things about her that we don't necessarily like. But if you like more about her than things that you don't, and the things you like about her make putting up with her annoying traits worth sticking around, I ain't mad at you, all right? I've done it every time. No girl is perfect, guys. No need to be unreasonable. Dumping a girl because she watches a TV show that you don't like, guys, that's lame. Listen, go home, go into another room, or just change the channel and tell her she can watch it on her own time. Problem solved. Anyway, I've come up with the 8 of the worst kinds of women I've had experience with on multiple levels. I'm talking one-night stands, fuck buddies, girlfriends, and everything in between. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get to it. Number 1, the 6 who acts like she's a 10. Now, early on in my red pill development, I had to crawl before I could walk. And I learned this the hard way, guys. I mean, right out of the gate, when I first started, my red pill awakening, I started out trying to run game on strictly 9s and 10s. And I ended up falling flat on my face every time because, of course, my game level wasn't where it needed to be. I didn't have enough experience. I didn't have enough hours or approaches out in the field. The first girl I ever ran red pill game on, and this is probably what fucked it up for me in the beginning. The first girl I ever ran red pill style game on was a redhead, and she was an 8, and I got her number. Well, she ended up flaking on me when I tried to set up the meetup, but I wasn't deterred because in my mind, I thought, hey, that was just my first go round and I got the digits. This is easier than I thought. I can just do this all the time. And I quickly learned that obviously was not the case. So I had to dial it back a little bit and start hitting on 6s and 7s, which obviously went much better. But before long, before long I got great with them. Then I moved up to 8s, 9s, and eventually 10s, and of course the rest is history. But what I found out, guys, is that 6s and 7s are much harder to run game on than 9s and 10s. Believe it or not, guys, approaching 9s and 10s, striking up conversations with 9s and 10s, it is much easier than approaching the typical 6. And the reason why is that 9s and 10s don't get hit on that much at all. We all think that dudes try to holler at them all day long, and they do. But the guys that talk to these girls almost never try to run game on them or try to get our number. They just make small talk for a little while, or they'll make a comment, and then they'll stop because they're too afraid to push the action forward. They're afraid to go for it and try to get the digits and set up a meetup. But 6s and 7s are notoriously difficult to approach, guys, because guys aren't afraid to hit on those girls. And the reason for that is that most guys are attracted to 6s and 7s, but these girls aren't so hot that men are afraid to chat them up. So as a result, what ends up happening is these girls, they also get hit on every minute of every day. And what this does is this massively inflates their egos. The vast majority of 6s and 7s that I've approached in my lifetime in the past, guys, they start shit testing right out of the gate because they think they're 10 simply because guys hit on them all the time. But what they don't realize is that dudes are only hollering because they're easier targets. They're complete bitches for about the first half an hour or so, and it gets to a point where you think to yourself, dude, like, this girl isn't hot enough to be putting up with this nonsense. I'm out of here. But if you do stick with it and stay in the set, fucking 6s and 7s, it is easier than taking candy from a baby. Now, on the flip side, 9s and 10s are much easier to approach, like I said, but they are way harder to fuck, guys. So keep that in, and I'll probably do a show on that, or maybe a Donovan's Den on the differences between attractive girls and super hot girls. But keep that in mind, guys, when you're out there approaching girls. 6s and 7s are hard to approach, very easy to fuck. 9s and 10s are much easier to approach, but they are much more difficult to fuck. Listen, there are no exceptions to this rule, unless she's a prostitute. Number 2, the girl who won't shut the fuck up, okay? Oh, good God. Listen, girls these days, they tend to mistake a man's sexual interest for a man's respect. They think that just because men want to fuck them, that men are also interested in what they have to say. So they'll talk about anything and everything they can think of, and it's almost nonstop because, again, they think that you want them to give you their thoughts on politics, social issues, sports, or science, or whatever the fuck her last boyfriend lied to them and told them they were interested in. In their minds, these girls think, well, he wants to fuck me, so of course he wants my opinion on religion. Of course he wants my opinion on the economy. Of course he cares what I think about the latest Kardashian scandal. Of course he wants me to talk about my useless life. I dated a girl down in Vegas who was maybe an 8.5, and she talked all the time. Guys, it drove me fucking crazy. Now, this was a few years after I took the red pill, so I was already at the point where I was telling her, yo, stop talking, you're giving me a fucking headache. And the first time I did it, she got all butthurt and told me to take her home. Then later on, she texted me to come over, which and I didn't. So she ended up coming over. She apologized and was all, I'm sorry, I just talk a lot, and I'll try to get it under control and all that shit, but she never did. She was so used to guys not telling her to shut the fuck up that she couldn't do it even when I did. I didn't stick around much longer after that, needless to say. Number 3, competitive girl. Guys, these are some of the most annoying chicks out there. And listen, I'm not talking about just friendly competition between you and your girl when you're bowling or riding go-karts or playing Super Mario Kart or just other fun competitive stuff like that. I'm talking about the girls who think that being competitive is attractive to men. So they compete in everything. They race you to the car. They try to finish their food faster than you. And guys, you think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding. I've experienced this before. If you work at the same job, they're comparing their sales numbers to yours. You tell them a story about how many miles you've ridden your bike, and then they try to top it with something else. I mean, it never stops. It is all the time. God, listen, I went on a date with a girl I worked with at a call center down in Vegas once, and she'd compare her sales numbers to mine, and we would flirt. So one Friday, we got paid. I told her, "Hey, let's go bowling tonight." She said, "Cool, let's do it." Well, we went out, but I did not fuck her because I couldn't fucking stand her. She wanted to see who could drink the most, like who could do the most shots, drink the most beers. Then at bowling, she was talking shit the entire time. Like, not the friendly shit, "Oh, I'm doing better than you." No, she was like, "Ha, da-da-da-da-da, I'm going to kick you." I mean, guys, it was, the whole thing, the whole date was one big fucking competition. It was like she was keeping score of everything. I can't really get into the whole night because that would take much too long, but trust me when I tell you it was bad, at least for me. I don't know how she felt. So at the end of the night, I told her, "I'm taking you home." And she still didn't get the picture. She says, "Well, are you coming with me?" And I said, "No, I'm dropping you off." And she said, "All right, no big deal." She probably had someone else lined up later that night anyway, which was fine by me because that chick was a fucking headache. Jesus fucking Christ. TSR Live is brought to you by Happy Hippo Herbals, home of the highest quality kratom on the planet. Today was Happy Hippo 1 Day, which is obviously my favorite strain. It's my girlfriend's favorite strain. It is a medium strain, so it gives you a little bit of energy, but it definitely elevates your mood. Happy Hippo 1 was the first kratom strain that I ever tried. Same with my girlfriend. That's our favorite. So go to happyhippoherbals.com and save 25% when you pay with Bitcoin. That's happyhippoherbals.com. And let's go to the chat for the first time here. See who's in the house. Okay, let's see who we got. Brandon Storeball. Shout out to you. I don't think I've seen you in here before, so welcome. Kobe Anthony says, "Hey, good to see you in here." Mr. Old School Writer says, "Donovan got that bass blasted." Yeah. Again, you listen, y'all's donations, your contributions, I put directly into the show. I'm consistently investing in new equipment, new graphics, new intros, and all that other stuff. So good to see that. Freelance Running, good to see you in here. Mr. Old School Writer says, "I like that short stream early in the day." Yeah, so do I. I'm gonna do Sharp Shorts and TSR Sports early in the day, just to kind of get my thoughts off here. Aunt James says, "What's going on, fellas? Good to see you in here." Shout out to Boss Wavy. Shout out to Simply Deep 1985. Freelance Ronan said, "Rom Wills will call them starter hose." Yeah, he actually wrote an article on negromanosphere.com. You guys definitely have to check that out, called "Get You a Starter Hoe." I mean, it's a brilliant fucking article. Maybe 500 pages, maybe 500 words, but it's a great article. You got to check that out. Like the benefits of getting you a starter hoe. I love it. Boss Wavy says, "I only approach 8s, 9s, and 10s. 7s and below don't even get my dick hard." Yeah, it depends. Listen, there are 6s out there that are attractive to me. Maybe she's a 5 in the face, but maybe she has long hair and a great ass. I mean, I remember hitting on this one girl at Caesar's Palace. She was maybe a 5 in the face, but she had really long hair, and she had small tits. She had really long hair and an unbelievable ass. She was my fuck buddy for a while. So yeah, 8s, 9s, and 10s obviously do it for me, but I've never been one to say 6s and 7s don't tickle my fancy. So KO Fitness and Coaching, good to see you in here. Shout out to you. He says, quote, love your work, bro." He says, love your work, brother. Follow 6'1" Red Pill Savage here, who benches mid 400s. Proof of channel just showing. Wow. 400. Jesus Christ, you're a fucking Hulk. My God. Freelance Running says, "The ones that talk too much I call the Gatling guns, 1,000 words per minute." Dude, like they're just and again, it's like if she's hot, like you'll deal with it for a little while, but dude, like if she's a 6 or if she's below an 8, I'm like, yo, like put a fucking lid on it, man. Like you talk too goddamn much. South Beach Bonitas, SBB back in the house. Good to see you in here. Good to be in, guys. Good to be in. Today's show is not going to be a 45-minute to an hour show because, like I said, I'm taking my lady out. We're gonna go and gonna go hit the slot machines, have a few drinks. Maybe do an appetizer somewhere, have a few drinks, maybe try to win some money. Try to beat the house. The house always wins. Moving right along. Number 4, the last word chick. These are girls that have to be right. Now, listen. We've all had experience with these girls. You have an argument or maybe even a minor disagreement on the most insignificant things, and she absolutely, positively has to have the last word for no other reason but that she wants to have the last word. She doesn't care whether or not she's right, guys. She doesn't care about the facts. She doesn't care about any of that. All she wants is the last word so that she can claim victory in the argument. Now, the first couple times it happens, just let it go. All right, guys, listen. Those may be isolated incidents, and if they're arguments she may feel strongly about her position, okay, fine. It happens. And to be fair, listen, men, we're the same way in a lot of cases. Like, I'm not going to front. Sometimes I can be a last word kind of guy. This is just how it is. But when she has to have the last word about something you're watching on TV, or something you're eating, or anything inconsequential, that's when it gets annoying. We all know, we've all had experience. We all know that if a girl whips out her phone and Googles something every single time you have a disagreement, and if the first suggestion doesn't prove her point, she goes to all the links until she finds one that does. Then she says, "See, I told you, blah 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 blah," and you think to yourself, Jesus fucking Christ. This bitch went to the 3rd page on Google to find that shit. Don't stick around women like this, guys. They're not even close to worth the headache. I'm going back and forth with someone on my channel. I'm about to block about the MJ LeBron thing. Like, this guy has to have the last fucking word. I don't have time for people who want to go back and forth and don't end it. We'll just agree to disagree. Number 5, the drama queen. Now, we've all called some chick a drama queen at some point or another, but a lot of guys overuse it, all right? When they see a woman showing emotion about anything, they say, "Oh, she's just being a drama queen." And you're like, dude, like, her brother died, okay? Now, maybe it's not to that degree, but there are way too many dudes out here, and girls for that matter, calling people drama queens for getting worked up about something legit, like losing their job, wrecking their car, or anything serious. But then there are girls out there who make a big deal out of everything. One girl I've mentioned several times in my shows and articles was a hot Mexican girl who at 19 years old got a guy to pay for a boob job for her. So you already know this chick is fucked up in a lot of different ways. But anyway, she was a fucking smoke show, so I kept her around for a little while. Well, we all know that most 10s are insufferable most of the time because they're 10s, right? This chick was no different. If her coffee order was wrong, she'd make a big fucking deal out of it. If the Wi-Fi was slow at whatever casino or restaurant we were at, she bitched about it. If her aunt got into an argument with her about something stupid, she'd cry about it. Like literal tears about an argument about why her aunt didn't put $5 in gas in her fucking car after she drove it. This gentleman, that is a drama queen. Now, the only reason to really tolerate a woman who is a drama queen, and I mean a consummate drama queen about everything, is if she's an 8, a 9, or a 10, right? If she's a 7 or below, shut that shit down, guys. I'm not saying allow a 9 or a 10 to be a drama queen, because if she is, check her on it and say, quit being a fucking drama queen. It's not that serious. And guys, I've done this every single time. Like, I don't allow that shit to happen on my watch. I just don't. But if she can't quit the theatrics and she's a 7 or below, guys, kick her to the fucking curb, man. Drama queens are too much of a headache to deal with, even if she's hot. Period. Number 6. The frat girl. This is another thing that women do because feminism's told them that it's attractive to men. Women who burp out loud, they fart, or are loud and obnoxious. Guys, they're not even close to worth being around. Not even for a little while. I call this the frat boy act or the frat girl. This is also the girl who tells dirty jokes or who swears a lot. Or they like to say, "That's what she said." And then they laugh at themselves, which is fucking pathetic. The only female that I have ever fucked who has engaged in this frat boy nonsense is my girlfriend. But she almost never does it anymore. The first few days we were talking, she did it a lot. And I told her that every time she does it, I imagine her eating boogers because that's unattractive. A woman who eats boogers is unattractive. A woman who tells frat boy jokes is also unattractive. And that seemed to do the trick. Now, every once in a while, she'll slip up, but I don't really make a big deal about it because it's not who she is, okay? It's not her personality. But if she does it twice in a short period of time, I'll check her and she'll stay in line. But the girl who literally acts like a frat boy all the time is ridiculous, and it's pathetic, especially when they're in their late 20s, early 30s, because you know they've taken on the persona out of desperation. A lot of these kinds of chicks out there that you'll see, these frat girls, they have mannish voices. They're not very feminine at all. They've got what I call raspy party voice, where their voices are raspy and loud, and it sounds a little bit hoarse, and it sounds like they've smoked three. It sounds like they smoke 3 packs a day and do shots every weekend. You guys know what I'm talking about. Think Sarah Spain. The way Sarah Spain on ESPN sounds. Just do a quick Google search or a YouTube search for Sarah Spain. Listen to her talk for 7 seconds. That is raspy party voice. That is the voice of a frat girl. Stay away from these chicks if you want to keep your sanity, guys. That's my only advice. Number 7, the complainer. Guys, women who complain about everything are insufferable. And they complain about dumb shit, like the chair I sit in at work is uncomfortable, or I don't like that my apartment is on the 2nd floor and I have to walk upstairs to get there. Basically, chicks who complain about first world problems. Now, again, depending upon the way a girl looks determines how much you'll tolerate, as is the case with anything. The hotter the girl, right, the more you'll put up with her complaining. And guys, don't give me this, well, I don't care how hot a girl is, if she complains too much, I'm out. Don't be that wannabe meathead who wants everybody to think that you're only fucking 9s and 10s all day, every day. Listen, if you like a girl enough and she's hot enough, you'll deal with a certain amount of bullshit. We all do it. That's how it is. So don't act like you're the exception to the rule. I can't stand dudes like that. And I'll go back to the fake-titted Mexican 10 I was fucking for a while down in Vegas. Listen, guys, and I'm not exaggerating, this chick complained about everything all the time. My soup is too cold. Why are we still waiting to be seated? Where's our food? It's been 5 minutes. Why do they close so early? And why did they not let me in when I knocked on the door? Why does my boss make me stay 10 minutes past my shift, even though we're in the middle of a dinner rush? I mean, it's always something. Again, I never let her get away with it. Every time she complained about something stupid, I'd laugh and say something like, first world problems, huh? And she'd get mad and shut the fuck up for a little while. But then she'd start again, because that's who she is. And the reason for that is that hot girls, they get what they want all the time, exactly how they want it. So at that point, I'll just say, they'll start complaining anyway. So at that point, I'll just say, shut the fuck up about it already. I don't want to hear about it. And she'll stay quiet after that. Again, I dealt with it because she's hot. But if she were 6 or 7, guys, I'd have kicked her ass to the curb no longer than a week, because it would not have been worth it to put up with for that long a period of time. Not even close. Finally, number 8, the phone prisoner. Now, you guys might not think that this is a big deal because we think every girl looks at her phone all the time, right? Well, that may be true. But guys, and trust me when I tell you this, there are a lot of girls out here. There are a lot of girls out there whose faces are in their phones all the time. When you're at dinner, at the movies, bowling, at her place, right after sex. I remember I was fucking this girl. As soon as we're done, picks up her phone. Was unbelievable. Listen, when she's at her place, at your place, all the time. Now, this is different in that even if she is hot, there's only so much you can take, guys. I had a fuck buddy arrangement with this chick who lived up in Henderson. It was about 2 weeks or so, and it got so bad that she'd forget where we were, all right? Like, I'd be driving somewhere, and when we got there, I'd turn off the car, and she'd jerk her head up and be like, oh, well, I forgot where we were going, or I forgot where we were. Another annoying thing about this is we'll be in the car or watching TV, or I'd be talking to her doing whatever, and she just burst out laughing, and I'm thinking she's laughing about what I said. Then she'll do it again, and when I wasn't trying to be funny, I'd look over and be like, what are you laughing about? And she said, well, I read such and such on such and such site, or I saw this GIF for this video, blah, 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 blah. I put up with that for about 2 weeks, and then I just fucking ghosted on her. And interestingly enough, she never even tried to call or text, so maybe she had a boyfriend. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it's not a bad thing if your girl looks at her phone. It's there. That's what it's there for. Listen, if I'm working on a show or an article, dude, my girl will whip out her phone and she'll play Gardenscapes or some sort of game, Candy Crush or whatever, or she'll read Reddit and she'll chuckle. She'll tell me about something funny she saw, and that's perfectly fine. She doesn't do it when we're watching movies or when we're out doing stuff. She hardly ever has her phone in the first place. And when she does it, it's because I'm busy doing something else. Listen, and don't mistake me here. I'm not saying that you have to have your girlfriend's undivided attention at all times. But there are too many girls out there who are just hypnotized by their phones to the point where they don't even realize what's going on around them, including the guy who's fucking her. Some guys can deal with it. I can't. This weekend on Donovan's Den, I'm going to talk about a few substances that will change your life in a good way, as well as the experiences and failures I've had with them. Kratom is absolutely on that list, along with some other stuff that I've put into my regimen. Volume 1 of Donovan's Den was about overcoming your fear of approaching pretty girls. Volume 2 was about handling shit tests. That was a 2-part volume. Volume 3 will cover the substances that I use to keep my edge, stay productive, and continue to dominate life. So subscribe to Donovan's Den on Patreon. It's just $5 per month. That is less than 17 cents per day. And as we round third and head for home, let's check the chat here. Yeah, Brandon Storeball says he's new. Good to see you. Eric P says, what's up, Donovan? Just 262 more subs till I get to 1,000. Yeah, man. I'm making progress, man. Just 262. And listen, for a while, in the beginning, I thought, man, there's no way I'm going to get to 1,000 subs before Christmas. I guess I'll just have to wait this out. But yeah, like it's my subs have definitely picked up here over the last couple of weeks. So this is the 24th episode. So episode number 116 is where I started doing it on this channel. And we're on episode 140. So the fact that it's taken 24 subs to get to 738 subscribers, that's impressive. And that's because of you guys. Absolutely, for sure. Boss Wavy says, D Sharp, I know women want men more when they know they got a woman. Has a chick ever tried to holler at you in public in front of your girl? In front of this girl, I'm not exactly sure. Because I haven't really been with her long enough. And we're not really out and about that much. I mean, we're not in the house all the time, but that hasn't happened yet. But it has happened before with other girlfriends, and yes, they've tried to holler. And listen, I don't tell her, look, I'm with my girlfriend. No, if a girl wants to chat me up, I'll chat her up. This is a good thing. Your girl has to see that other women are attracted to you. This is a part of the game. No, I'm not saying get the girl's number right then and there, but listen, if a girl flirts with you, there's no harm in flirting back. Yes, this is going to piss your girl off, and it's going to make you upset, and it's going to make her upset. This is part of the gig. She has to know. Again, guys, women are hive-minded creatures. Even if your girl thought that you were the hottest male to ever walk the face of the earth, if she doesn't see proof that you are attractive, which means other women show that they're attracted to you, she's going to start to question her judgment as far as physical attraction goes. So when your girl sees that other women are paying attention to you, or other women look at you, or other women try to flirt with you, it reaffirms in her mind, okay, yes, he is attractive. It's not in the way that she wants it to, but it lets her know that you are still attractive. Guys, be sure to like the video, just like Sharp Assist says. Like the video. We've got 29 watching the video, and I don't know how many likes we have. I can't really see that right now. Let me go in and see what we've got. Got 29 watching. I don't know why I can't see that here, but whatever. Like the video as soon as you hit the chat. Definitely like the video. Junior Rosas says, what's good, Donovan? After my last relationship, I'm comfortable being a bachelor for life. Women have too much rights, and the law favors them no matter what. Yeah, man. Listen, man, women, the thing is this, and I've always said this, Women are far more trouble than they're worth. Absolutely far more trouble than. Listen, my girlfriend is more trouble than she's worth. But they're women. Okay? We can't get sex anywhere else. Like it just and again, I've always said this. Having one quality woman in your life, that is, to me, that life trumps fucking sluts all the time. So I certainly can't. I certainly don't blame you, Junior, for being a bachelor for life. Me, I did the bachelor thing. I did the player thing for a little while, and I just grew out of it. But again, I mean, the presence of a feminine woman who takes good care of you, that has very restorative and rejuvenating properties. Now you have to know how to handle them for sure. But listen, I certainly can't say I blame you for wanting to be a bachelor. That's for sure. That's for sure. Aunt James says, ugly chicks have become drama queens because Sims have allowed them to get away with it. Yeah, that's right. Boss Wavy says they got the they got the Jadakiss raspy voice. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Freelance Running says the frat girls pick their noses. Oh my god, you guys are good, man. You guys are good. Freelance Running says we should call the phone prisoners the Walking Dead. Yeah, that's actually pretty. That's actually a pretty good name for him. That's a very good name for him. Kevin Samuels. Good to see you in the house, my friend. Guys, it is far more likely than not that I'm going to have Kevin Samuels on the show this coming Monday. He and I have been communicating, and it looks like we are going to be on together right at 5:30 on Monday. I'm waiting for him to confirm. I don't know if he wants to do that here, but definitely sometime next week on okay, well there you go. There it is. Monday. Kevin, and guys, listen to me when I tell you. Kevin Samuels is he is the Manosphere's foremost expert on your investment game. Dude, this guy will dress you from top to bottom. He'll have you looking crispy. He'll have you smelling right. Listen, if you guys 100%, there you go. If you guys want to know how to look and smell your best around women, if you guys want to know how to step up your game as far as dressing yourself is concerned, guys, K-Sam is the guy. Guy's got almost 10,000 YouTube subscribers. The guy knows his shit. So be sure to tune in this coming Monday, 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. Kevin Samuels is going to be in the house gracing us with his knowledge on how to dress better. Absolutely. Very, very excited to have him on the show, man. Very excited. John Creasy says those frat boy raspios think that crass behavior is actually attractive and funny. It's a complete turnoff. I don't want to hear my chick talking about taking a shit. Right. Listen, man. I don't want to date men. I want to date girly girls. I'd rather listen to a girl talk about the useless Kardashians than talking about the 95 Seattle Mariners. Okay? Be a woman, be a girl, be a lady. I don't want to hear you burp the alphabet. I don't want to hear you talk about the time you farted in public. I don't want to hear about the most massive shit you've ever taken. Be a fucking lady. Fucking hell, man. Her firstborn son asks, are you going to do a show or have a show about online dating and the types of women that be on dating sites? That might be a good one. I might actually do 2 shows like that. How to do well with online dating, and then the travesty that has become the woman on online dating. How to pick up girls on, with dating online. I'm gonna have to get a consultant for that because I've never done online dating, so I can't speak to that. That'll definitely be a Donovan's Den episode. I'll have to round up some of my red pill guys, some of my red pill buddies to help me out with that. But yeah, I have no problem with doing a show on, the ratchet ass bitches that are on dating sites talking about real men only, grown men only, not looking for a hookup, but steady fucking every nigga that hollers at her. Straight up. Freelance Ronan absolutely says that is one show not to miss. Guys, Kevin Samuels knows his shit, man. He knows his shit. Very good. He said he's also going to do a viewer giveaway and win some free cologne. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Listen, K-Sam knows, like, his fragrance game, I'm telling you, his fragrance game is on point. His fragrance game, man, I'm telling you, man, I'm excited, man. K-Sam knows his shit. Absolutely, man. Samaj says he is straight out of the barbershop. Got the crisp, clean lineup. It's Friday night, niggas. Y'all about to go out. Listen, hold up a second. There we go. See, look, man, I cut my own hair. I've been cutting my own hair since I was 15. I made sure I got lined up as well because I knew I'd be taking my girl out. Tonight. So yeah, man, I had to tighten everything up. Had to tighten up the beard. Had to tighten up the line. So I ain't mad at you. I am not mad at you. Brandon Storball asks, is it good to be logical to a girl when gaming or be emotional? When you are running game on a woman, don't be logical, okay? Be emotional, okay? Don't be an emotional person, but appeal to her emotions. Don't appeal to her logic. He says, maybe you can do a show on this. Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I'll do a sharp short on it. That's a very, very good question. Listen, girls want to feel something with you, okay? Use logic when putting her in line. Use logic when it comes to managing your relationship, making sure she stays out of bad situations, etc., etc. But when you're running game on a chick, appeal to her emotions. That works. It works every time. Women make decisions based on emotions. They don't make decisions based on logic. They don't see me and say, well, this guy smells good. He's got tattoos. I know he's a player. I know he's bad for me, but I gotta fuck this guy. They don't look at me and say, well, he has a decent car. He has a nice job. I think, no. They don't make, listen, this is why girls are logical when they choose who they marry. They are emotional when they choose who to fuck. That's the difference. That's the difference there. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of TSR Live. Guys, be sure to follow me on Twitter at Donovan_Sharp. Add me on Facebook, Donovan Sharp. Be sure to like my Facebook page, TSR Live with Donovan Sharp. Follow me on Instagram, The Sharp Reality. No spaces, all one word. Don't forget to bookmark the Amazon link at the top of my homepage. Thanks for listening, guys. I'll see you Monday.